part 2, let's just jump into it. When it comes to deciding which ad to kill, it really varies. There's no one specific ad that must die. As long as one of them dies, it's okay. It's at the discretion of the raid group and the raid leader. The disassembled crawler mines were found to be pretty annoying, although the electromagnet is generally considered the most annoying. If the mines live and enter the fight, they will chase around a target who must kite the mines until the DPS are able to kill it. If the mine reaches the target, it will deal a hefty amount of damage and knock the targets into the air. Take note that within the first minute of spawning, the mines are vulnerable to roots, snares, and stuns. After the first minute, the mine's movement speed will increase.
Keep in mind that the deactivated electromagnet will clear the room of the saw blades once it becomes activated.
When the electromagnet uses magnetic crush, make sure not to be standing between the magnet and any saw blades, or you will be sliced in half. Not actually, but you'll take a ton of damage. This ability will also pull players, so running against the pull will slow down how fast you are pulled. The electromagnet will also do ticking damage. If the activated laser turret enters the fight, it will cast Superheated, which will chase around a random raider, leaving void zones at their wake for about 10 seconds. These void zones should be tempted to be placed away from the raid. Anyone in the void zones will gain a dot that will deal fire damage for 7 seconds. Automated shredders will take damage if they stand in the void zones. The last ad is the activated missile turret. These ads simply fire shockwave missiles at a target location. These should be easily avoided. The ability will send shockwaves from the location that will be indicated by the giant orange rings on the floor. The shockwaves will slowly disperse further and further away from the location. Think like dropping a rock in water, except the previously affected location is safe. You have about 3 seconds to move out of the indicated zones. Anyone hit will take large amounts of damage and be thrown into the air. The automated shredder will take damage from this ability.
Tanks tank Blackfuse on the edge of the area, by the northwestern conveyor belt. This will give the raid room to deal with saw blades and keep ads away from the boss.
A tank switch will be needed once electrostatic charge reaches 3 stacks. Also remember to use defensive cooldowns on the 3rd stack. The tank nod on the boss should be picking up the ads and keeping them 35 yards away from Blackfuse. Whoever is tanking the automated shredder needs to tank the ad so that it stands on the saw blades. This rule will remove the need for the DPS to attack the ad and can focus on Blackfuse.
Healers. We all know there's that one guy who never pays attention. Expect said player to wander into shockwave missiles, saw blades, and void zones. Be conscious of the fact that Blackfuse will do more damage to the tank every time an ad dies. And don't forget that overload will cause raid-wide damage that will need to be healed through.
DPS need to focus Blackfuse most of the time. If there are crawler mines chasing around one of your pals, you should probably give him a hand. If the mine is chasing you around, do not kite it within 35 yards of the boss. Pay attention if you are assigned to the conveyor belt and know when it's your turn to go in. Everyone needs to remember to not kite the laser into the raid and don't stand in void zones.
This is all you need to know to melt down Blackfuse into cutlery.
Good luck, adventurer.